Welcome, welcome, welcome. Say hello, please, in the chat box. I see a few of you out there. I'm just gonna fix my hair because it's crazy today. um, yeah, welcome. I started a little bit early. I'm gonna wait a few minutes for some folks to join. Please do say hello in the chat box. I want to make sure it's working. I see a few of you are online. Thank you for joining and getting ready early. We love the early people. Um, yeah, and I also just want to make sure you guys can hear me. So if you can, definitely pop a note in the chat box so I know you can hear me. But welcome to this live stream show and tell of my latest estate sale that's happening right now in my eBay store. So we're going to start in another minute. I started a little early. We'll start in 2 minutes, but I would love it if somebody would say hi in the chat box. Hey there. Let's say hi. Hey there. I said, hey there. Can somebody please say hello back? I know someone else just joined. Thank you for joining. My skin is so shiny. I don't know why. Um, the other thing is my cabinet house is open. I don't know if you guys follow me on my other channels. I have a cabinet house. I have Hey, Sheena, thank you for saying hi. I have this cabinet house. It's usually closed because it's a mess, but because the rest of my space is a mess, I had to open this up. Anyway, it's open. It's a mess in there. Because the last thing I have a chance to do is sort of play, quote unquote, with my miniatures, because I sell miniatures for a living. So it's really hard. Like work, play, work, play. But I do want to pop something into the chat box, which is very important, which is the link to my eBay store. As we round up the hour, I'm going to pop the link to my eBay store so that you guys, if you want, go check it out after this live or during this live, however you want to do it. But please do say hello and tell me that you are out there and maybe where you're joining from. So with that, it is 7 o'clock, and I do like to start these things on time. So I will go ahead and just open this by saying I do have my early fall 2024 estate sale that's happening right now. It's an auction. It is the estate of a collector in Vancouver, Washington, and it is a rather large collection of miniatures, over 180 lots filled with individual pieces, multi-piece lots, etc., in the categories of furniture, both artisan and what I call quality commercial pieces. There's also decorative accessories, including sterling silver, hand-blown glass, um, uh, uh, hand painted portraits, as well as framed prints. Hi, Desiree. Thank you for saying hello. Playing with your miniatures. What could be better? I know, but I don't get to do it that often. What else is part of what are the categories we're covering? Art dolls to some extent, very few art dolls. We're going to share one of them for sure. I mentioned sterling silver. I mentioned furniture. Thank you for joining. If you're just joining, I'm going through just a little bit about what the estate sale is covering and the categories, because this is a pretty large sale. 180 lots is pretty large. How many of you out there are, hi Karen from Canada, are eBay shoppers? I mean, I always like to ask folks because, I want to find out if there is a need for a separate like live stream, let's say, for helping folks to navigate how to buy on eBay. So let me know if that's something that you're interested in do. I did a little bit of it last year at the tail end of one of my live streams. So I like to get a feel for what people want and what people need, because I know it could be a little bit daunting if you've never purchased on an online platform before. So I like to sort of like dispel all the myths, take folks through, teach them a little bit that it's not so scary. And so let me know. But anyway, 180 lots, various categories: furniture, artisan furniture, and commercial furniture, decorative arts, sterling silver, um, hand-blown glass, portraiture, lighting. I didn't mention lighting, but lighting is a big category covered in this auction. And I think that's it. I think those are the biggies. So why don't I just go ahead and start? I'm going to start with the first item. I'm going to share probably about 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 15 items. I pulled up some of them that are representative of the sale. So I pulled some furniture pieces, I pulled some commercial pieces, I pulled silver, etc. So let me share the first piece, which is this. I believe it's called a tete-a-tete. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it is a Victorian. Uh, they call it a love chair also. This is all hardwood, hand carved hardwood, upholstered with beautiful trimming throughout. Kind of has like a brocade-ish, I would say, a brocade fabric, very textured. And I don't know who made it. It's not signed, but it is a beautiful piece. It is a beautiful piece. And I hope you guys can see it. It does have some signs of wear and tear, including this separation of the fabric on the bottom. So that's the first item. And, this whole Victorian sort of era, I think it's kind of back in a new way. Folks are definitely activated on the Victorian style furniture, but they're doing it in different ways. So, like, I'll give you an example. There's a great maker. Oh, not remembering her name. Southern Gothic Dollhouse on Instagram. She does mostly sort of like a haunted dollhouse type of vibe. And this would absolutely go beautiful in that in her dollhouse. So kind of like the neo-Victorian vibe is sort of happening out there for sure. I'm going to share a couple of more uh, pieces of furniture. This is a beautiful upholstered wing chair by, well, this one is not signed. There's actually two in this lot. I pulled one of them. This is by Ray Whittledge. I don't know if some of you know who Ray Whittledge is. He is iconic in the miniatures world. He's not working anymore, as far as I know, but he is an amazing interior designer. And so, he didn't make a lot. He designed mostly and did room boxes, but I didn't know he made so much. I didn't know he made that much furniture. So this is kind of a rare piece, I would imagine. I have a feeling it is a commercial chair, but he embellished it by upholstering it and also finishing it. You could see all this beautiful gold antiquing throughout, which is lovely. I wish he was on here so he could tell us about this chair. I don't think he made the chair. I do believe he reimagined it. Is that a way to say it? Who else is saying hello? Dolls are screwing on. Stop it. Be nice, honey bee. Wear and tear. I'm going to show one more chair. Again, I don't know who made this, but it is lovely and divine. The upholstery is beautiful. The trimming is gorgeous. And it is upholstered on the front and the back. I'm going to go on this side where there's less light so you can see. I'm going to go. I want you to see the fabric. Look at that. It's got like a satiny finish. Isn't that lovely? Tell me that's not lovely. I love it. It's very traditional, but it's got an antique vibe, and I love it. I just love it. I'm going to show you one more piece of furniture, which definitely has like an 80s vibe to it, but I love it because it's got lots of detail, like this fabulous trim, which you see it move. I love how it moves. And then it's got, I'm crazy for tassels. And so this has tassels. There's a name for this type of chair, of sofa. And I don't know what it is. If somebody knows what it is, I don't know. But isn't that lovely? Love the upholstery. Okay, let us move to, I'm just going to quickly talk about the art dolls. Because like I said, there aren't that many in this sale. But there is one that sort of just touched my heart and really tugged on my heartstrings. Look at him. Isn't he lovely? I'm not like a doll person, but isn't he amazing? He was made by a woman artist named Glenda Hooker. That's her name. I don't know if she's around anymore. He does definitely show signs of wear and tear, but look at the carving on his face. He's incredible. He is just incredible. The detail, the expression. Oh my God. Isn't that Puff Daddy? Honey Bee, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. You're not going to be nice. You're not going to be nice. Anyway. So yeah, so that was that doll. Like I said, not a lot of art dolls in this. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go back and forth to different categories, just so I'm not going to stick on one so it doesn't get boring. But welcome if you are just joining. This other piece is in the sterling silver category. I'm imagining this is pretty rare. It is a limited edition Royal Turnbridge Wells out of England. And it is a sterling silver music box. This is solid, kids. It's solid. It's beautifully scaled. It's got gorgeous detailing. It's got a lot of it's flashing a lot on here, but I don't want to show too much shine. But look at the feet. Look at the detail on the feet. But what is amazing about this is I'm going to open it. I'm going to open it because it really, first of all, it's inscribed on the inside and it plays. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's playing Four Seasons from Vivaldi. Is that not gorgeous? That's just gorgeous. So it's really heavy, solid silver. Love it. Limited edition. It is, of course, signed on the bottom. It's inscribed. It's got all of the proper etchings on it in terms of how much silver and all of that. It comes in the little box. So excited about that. There's a couple of, a lot of the silver in this sale is just beautiful. I'm going to show a few more pieces, but right now I want to show something more of a commercial. It's a commercial piece made by Bestpack. I don't know if you guys know of the Bestpack company, but they were more popular in the 80s and the 90s, and they're no longer making miniatures. So, excuse me, they are becoming harder and harder to find. But I just thought this was such a great example of one of their designs. It is a full-on armoire. Kind of takes me to Europe, Amsterdam in like the 1800s, 1900s, 19th century. It's got just so much detail. And I just love, one thing that I love about miniatures is when you can just open stuff. It's got slots, it has drawers, it has everything. And that's what I love about this piece. It's well made, it's good proportions, it's well designed. And Bestpack makes some good, affordable, what I call quality commercial miniatures. And I just love this piece. I love it. I love it. I love it. What do you think about this? What do you guys think about this? Welcome if you're just joining. I will let us show. I'm going to show some of the decorative arts, which includes like paintings and prints and framed pieces. This is the first one. It is by Mike Schmidt. And if you're going to have to, just so you know, this is hand cut paper. This is a piece that is all made from hand cut paper. Can you see that? So, Knoll drop on settee is the style of your sofa. Thank you, Karen. Good to know. Knoll drop arm. I hope this thing gets saved so I can read it later because I'm so bad at remembering. But just look at the level of intricacy to cut this piece and make this design. If you'll see, there's a baby carriage and a little child and maybe like a mother maybe between two trees. There's a cat in the tree. Crazy amount of detail. It's actually written in German. I didn't know this, but his name is Schmidt, I thought. E. Schmidt. But there's all these words in German on the back, which I don't know what that says because I don't read German. Anyway, so that's one of the sort of the art pieces, the framed pieces of art that, in addition to sort of like framed prints, which I didn't pull any framed prints, but I did pull framed hand painted portraits. This is by a gentleman, Johannes Landmann. Johann Landmann. Look at this. This is hand painted. I don't know, 17th century, 16th century. His work, he is a masterful maker in small scale. He is incredibly talented. And, you know, if you ever go to the shows, if you ever go to the miniature shows, he has a table. And if you don't get there early, you're out of luck because he probably sells out. Maybe he brings 10 pieces to a show. He'll sell 10, 12 pieces in the first hour. So, get there early. These are very hard. His work is very, you can only make so many paintings in a year. It's not that his work is hard to find. I can't explain it, but when you see his work, you really need to get it, is my point. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm going to show you one more painting that I fell in love with. I just love it. I love it. It's another sort of Masters Renaissance era masterpiece. Look at that. Tell me that's not the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen. This is by this is a remake of a Rembrandt, a very famous Rembrandt piece by Dan Warham. And this was made in 2001, I believe. And I just love it. It's beautiful. He's very talented. Clearly, he is very talented. Ugh. So there's that. I'm going to go back to silver for a second because there's another piece that I'm just like gaga over. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. If you guys have any questions, please go ahead and ask. It's a silver planter. Silver. It's sterling silver. It is a planter. I'm going to show it this way because it's not staying. Tell me that's not gorgeous. Look at the lion's heads or rams. I think they're rams. They're rams. Look at the rams. And it's kind of like has a basket weave style. It is. It's like a planter. Look at the feet. These are crazy. I don't know who made it. I should know who made it, but I don't know who made it. Isn't that terrible? I want to say Obadiah Fisher, who's one of the best makers. One of the best. I mean, there's several really, really good sterling silver makers, and there's not tons of them, but he's one of them. All right, I want to show you a couple of things in the light category. This first piece is by a very talented maker named Jim Pounder. He's still working. You could still find some of his pieces. I don't know if you'd find this one in particular because I don't know if he makes these every day. It's not something you would make every day. But look at that. It is. Now, this is not for every dollhouse. It is definitely not oversized, but it's sized for a palace. So you're going to really need a big space for this. It's really large. This is all brass, hand cast brass. It's really heavy. This is gorgeous. Not smoked glass. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, it's not transparent glass, but it is beautiful. Let me see. Ask questions if you have any. But look at the detail on this, please. Just look at the detail. I want to stop it from spinning. Anyway, okay, so that's Jim Pounder. This is one of the lights that is available. I'm going to show you another gorgeous light. Okay, so not everything in this sale is as sort of premium frosted. Thank you, frosted glass, frosted. Not everything. I'm showing you kind of more of the high end stuff. I should have mixed it up a little bit, except I did show you the cabinet. I would say about half and half artisan, half more commercial miniatures. And what does that mean at the end of the day? It means there are things that are probably going to be much more affordable for people. But this is not one of them. Look at this. Tell me that's not gorgeous. Tell me that is not, and I don't know who the maker is of this, but I love it. It's just gorgeous. Look at that. I don't know who made it, but it is just a beautiful piece for sure. And it is a chandelier. And again, this is pretty oversized, not oversized, overscaled. It's just a rather large miniature chandelier. So it commands, it really requires a big space. So you got to be really careful when you purchase miniatures that they're scaled appropriately for the room. It's just like anything that you buy. If you go to Pottery Barn, I'm just making this up, and you buy a sofa there, it might be a little bit too large if you live in a studio. Just I'm making that up. Does that make sense? So it's the same with miniatures, except the difference is not inches, the difference is millimeters. So, all right, a couple of other things, and then I'm going to let you people go. It's 7:18. This is by a maker called NiGlo. It is signed on the inside. NiGlo. They make beautiful, beautiful porcelain objects, a lot of miniature lantern lights and lamps, um, and plates and dinnerware and things like that. I just love this. Look how beautiful this is. It's got this sculpted tree ish base, which I believe is brass. And then it's got this gorgeous lid, which is, I'm noticing now, what is the name of this? Lilies? No. Iris? You guys know. Yeah, honeybee. Yeah, for dollhouse benches. What do we think this is? I think it's an iris. I don't know. What do you guys think? Can you see? Uh I'm gonna so this is NiGlo. And there are a couple of NiGlo pieces in this sale for sure. I do want to show you another, whoops, sorry. Another silver piece that I love. I mean, there are some traditional silver pieces. There's a silver tea set in this sale. There's a beautiful vanity set, which is like the comb, the mirror, and the brush. Oh my God, it's beautiful. But this piece kind of like stuck out, so I wanted to sort of share it. Calla lily, yes, thank you, Karen. Those were calla lilies. I don't know if they're drawn on after the porcelain is fired. I would love to know the technique for this. How do they achieve that? I would love to know. But this is a silver piece. I pray. That is my belief. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's got three sort of channels, and I would imagine, little spoons go in there. Look at the decoration. Look at the decorative handle, and then look at the feet. I mean, this piece is stunning. Sorry, I keep going back and forth the wrong way. The camera doesn't do it normally. But look at that. Is that not gorgeous? So I had to share that, and I'm going to share two more pieces. One is again, there are a number of Jim Pounder pieces. So if you like sort of like decorative objects, there's a whole bunch of statuary, brass objects like this. This is one of the pieces I pulled. Is it Jim Pounder? It is Jim Pounder. And look at that. They are playing trumpets. I guess it's three muses. Isn't that not beautiful? I'm putting it over me because you could see it much better. And it's on a hardwood base, which is really a nice little detail. Um, I think this is a famous. I want to say it's based off of a very famous statue. So there's that, and then I will wrap it up with this last piece, which I just think is so divine. Look at that. I don't know much about this. It's not signed. I honestly don't know if this is hand painted. I really don't know, other than it does appear to be hardwood on the back. So that leads me to believe it is an artisan piece. No commercial manufacturer is going to, make this in real hardwood. but it is delicious and it is divine and it's a beautiful wall clock. Maybe Georgian style, French maybe. Oh no, wait, I see. I don't know if that flag on the bottom, maybe it's American. Oh, now that I'm looking at it really deeply, I think it's French. I think it's French. What do you guys think? Is that French? I see boats. I see a flag with an eagle. That leads me to USA. Anyway, um, it is quite beautiful, and I'm happy to have it in this sale. And I hope you enjoy this little live look-see at what's happening in this estate sale. You have until this Sunday at 7 p.m. Bidding closes on the 29th, which is Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So you have a chance to bid now. You can go to eBay right now. Uh, I put the link in the chat box there. That is the link to my eBay store. You can go and shop now. You could wait till Sunday, however you want to do it. But I also wanted to mention, actually, I failed to mention when I opened this, that I have a great Meet the Miniaturist live stream happening Saturday morning. I'm going to be joined by the board of director head of the Huguenot Museum in the UK, who is going to share. We're going to have a live stream show and tell of the Uppark dollhouse, which is 17th century, 18th century dollhouse in the museum right now. We're going to get a beautiful tour of it. Online tour, and she's going to take us through it, and it's going to be awesome. So you can go to my website. You can go to the link in my bio. That will take you to register and sign up for it. But thank you. If you have any questions, you guys please join. Find me online. Send me messages, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. But thank you for joining this, and I hope you have a great. What is today? Today's Thursday. Have a great early weekend. All right. Bye, guys.